Today we're going to walk through the DSPM add-on DDR, data detection and response, and how this can help organizations stop data breaches. We're going to take a look at the DDR live events, the streaming events, and this is continuous monitoring of standard streaming events and shows the combination of actions and file details, file elements as well as user elements. Looking at the DDR overview, within the DDR overview streaming events, it overviews what continuous monitoring of data sources. And this can include metrics such as actions per hour, types of events, as well as recently scanned files and exposed files, which may present risk by public sharing or oversharing. Forcepoint DDR gives the administrators the ability to help mitigate that risk. Let's view. Drilling down into files with recent changes, inside the enterprise search, admins can quickly identify potential risk factors for breach by reviewing file lineage. DDR file lineage can offer different views into the number of unique users, movements, and download events, as well as share events. In addition to permissions, who has access to this data outside of the organization? Anyone with the link and other possible external users, as well as the data assets or the duplicate data that may have to be addressed across all platforms. With the sensitivity and the high risk of the data being shared outside of the organization, admins also have the ability to remediate the issue by either revoking permissions or moving that data. Revoking permissions can easily be done by removing anyone with the link or actually removing the permissions in which someone can modify that data. Let's go ahead and remove anyone with the link. Administrators also have the ability of moving the data to a secure location. Administrators are not limited to moving data into a secure location on that specific data source. As long as administrators have rights, read rights, and write rights to a different location and a different data source, administrators can move data to a quarantine location in a separate data source. Forcepoint DDR provides predefined data controls that can easily import into DSPM controls for orchestration. These DDR controls can cover items such as public exposure PII, PHI data, external sharing, and even overshare internally. Controls, once imported, our admins can tailor or create specific DDR controls for the organization's needs. For example, exposed sharing of PII data. This is a control or an issue that can be damaging for any organization. This is why creating controls around exposed PII to notify admins or incident response teams are critical to the organization. DSPM scans data repositories from time to time. If something happens with access to sensitive data in between those scans, the continuous monitoring of DDR is how organizations will identify possible breaches. By leveraging notifications within DDR data controls, changes regarding sensitive data can be sent via email or even webhooks or Slack to incident response teams for quick remediation to stop data exposure that may not have been discovered for some time. They also generate incidents in which admins can see a quick dashboard of externally exposed or shared data and then come over to remediate directly from the UI, whether it's going to be removing permissions or moving a file. Within analytics, Forcepoint DDR offers additional data sets specific to DDR data or continuous data streaming. Admins can add specific widgets for datasets outside of the DSPM datasets, including streaming, file audit log, and extended streaming, which are specific to the continuous monitoring of DDR. As a result, Admins can create widgets and dashboards that can give them up-to-the-minute information on the continuous monitoring of their data sources. Thank you for joining us in this walkthrough of Forcepoint DDR.